All right, today we're going to go over the operations of the TFT ProPack.
First we'll cover all the components of it and the setup of the hose and then the operation. So we're using Class A foam, so we're going to set our dial between 0.1 and 1% right here. We have our cap. Everything's a quarter twist. Push in, quarter twist. And this is our long section of hose. There's an indicator on there that tells you how to position the hose. And then we're going to start with our smoothbore straight stream nozzle first. This will provide us up to 50 feet of reach at 100 psi. We have our indicator set at 1% foam. And then with our piston valve here, quarter turn, hand operated, twist, and we're going to demonstrate the reach. Okay. All right. The next nozzle we're going to show you, it's called the low expansion nozzle. This will give you up to 37 foot of reach at 100 psi. This tip is good for penetration and coverage of a liquid material that's on fire to create a foam blanket, and it'll give you reach. And it's also great for overhaul of our standard structure fires. As you can see, you get more blanket, less reach. All right. These attach as well with a quarter twist. This nozzle here is our medium expansion. This will get you up to 10 feet of reach at 100 psi. And this tip is good for creating a thick foam blanket on liquid spills. When we start to clean it, we have to flush through every item that we used so that everything gets clean. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our percentage dial and turn it to off so that we have just water flowing through there. We're going to leave our hose hooked up, and then every tip and appliance that we used, we're going to reattach and flush it. Go ahead and spray off the boards too. The first one takes a few seconds to push out the residual foam through the hose, and then after that you just have to run it to clean each tip that you use. Here's the low expansion nozzle. Last, we'll do the medium expansion nozzle. All right, we'll rinse off the body of the ProPack. All right, at this point, we'll take off the hose, place the cap back on, and then we'll disassemble the unit. Okay, to disassemble these, sometimes there's a shoulder strap on here. You may have to remove that first to access the circular cotter pins. They're specially designed pins that you don't have to bend or twist it or torque it to get it off. You just twist it in the direction of this bent out ring, and it'll just keep going. At that point, don't lose these. You pull out both pins, and then you can remove the whole assembly. And shows this is your pickup tube. You can see some of the product dripping out of it. At this point, with the cap on, you're going to operate and turn on the device and back flush that tube so that the product does not dry up in that tube. One of the common malfunctions of this device is not cleaning out this tube and allowing that product to harden inside, and then it will not allow fresh product to be taken up in there. Also, it's very important that we remove this, because once this cap is on and we back flush this, if it were still in here, you would dilute all your foam solution with water. Once you turn this on and back flush this, you operate the dial to go through all the settings and clean out that groove that's in that cap. At this time, you can shut the water off. Drain the pressure. And allow the water to drain out. And when you return this, you can do it left or right-handed, this way or this way. Put your cap back on. Make sure it lines up. Replace your pins. You can look through that hole and line it up. That way it goes through. And again, with the pin, just rotate it. And you don't have to force it or bend it. At this time, you can open this up and refill your foam solution to the appropriate level. Okay, the last part we're going to talk about is storage of the ProPack. Certain apparatus on the outer line units, especially in brush trucks, that may not get used as often, some crews like to store those empty so the foam product does not congeal and then rendering it useless. Some in-town units like to store it with foam product already in it. One of the benefits of storing it empty is that you can fill it when needed with A or B, whatever you need at that time. All the attachments, the hose, short piece of hose, and each nozzle, when you push it in there, you want to give it a firm little click. You'll feel it click just to make sure they're seated. And we always want to keep the cap on there so that air can't get into that pickup tube and congeal it into there, causing the problem with pickup.